Peace, y'all, and welcome.
The amazing digital circus.
I ain't seen y'all in a minute. I ain't been live in a few days. My apologies. I was in my own little world doing my own little thing. But we here now. And so I wanted to talk to y'all about Uranus and Uranus going in retrograde and all the cool stuff that comes out of Uranus being retrograde.
What happens in
I guess I should have got
retrograde?
my camera together before I did all this. That's okay.
If you want to help you with your camera.
Oh, that's doing too much. Okay. It's doing too much. Just none of these angles are good.
Every angle is good.
It's not.
You're good from every camera, man.
Thank you, baby.
So
But yeah, I wanted to talk about Uranus a little bit, and of course, I want to do a collective reading with you all as we talk about it. Ashe.
what does Venus do in retrograde? Does it make everyone Batman?
Does it make everyone Batman? No, not necessarily. Doesn't really make anyone Batman. Nothing too crazy. But Uranus is a pretty powerful planet. Thank you.
I thought Mercury was though.
You thought Mercury was?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Mercury is really good controlling your throat chakra. So like how you speak, your learning style, how you listen. Mercury more so rules over your day-to-day things, your daily routine, your daily habits. That's Mercury. So that's why like Virgo energy is very heavy on paying attention to details because they pay attention to your daily routine. What are you doing every day? You know what I'm saying? So that's Mercury. That's where Mercury's power is at. Uranus' power is a little bit different. It's a way bigger planet for one. It's a part of the outer planets. And Uranus rules over like progressive pushes that you get in your life. So like one example that I use like very heavily is Uranus entered Taurus energy in March, the beginning of March. And then by the end of March, we had quarantine and we were getting like, free monies and bills were being put on hold. And then there was like this big like virtual boom with everybody like getting businesses and LLCs and teaching things on the internet. That started like the virtual business realm. Cryptocurrency went crazy. We went from having everybody being just stuck on like debit credit cards and dollars and coins. We even had a coin shortage at that period of time. They were talking about there was like, losing coins and stuff. But those are like the different powers.
I'm gonna be honest.
What's up?
I was probably the one who made the coin shortage happen because I just couldn't stop finding coins at that time.
You couldn't stop finding coins. You were taking all the coins. It was you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. It sounds about right. You do be stealing. Hey Ismail, how you doing, love? Hey AK, hey Keisha, hey Ozzy. Peace, y'all. I wanted to talk to you guys about Uranus a little bit, if that's all right with you guys. Hey Leslie, welcome. Uranus just went into retrograde yesterday-ish. So and that was cool that you asked about Mercury too, because Mercury just finished going retrograde. Mercury went prograde. Wow. Uranus went retrograde, which is a pretty cool trade-off, right? I definitely felt the shift. I was tired. I went to sleep. I don't know how y'all did, but I was knocked out. Hey, Kathy. And then we experienced like the new moon right after. So where's my handy dandy book? Hey, great book collection. Oh, thank you. I have so many. I appreciate that. I like to escape my reality with a book. It makes me feel better about myself. There we go. Hi, Tony. How you doing, love? So Uranus doesn't really rule over one particular zodiac or house, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be in Taurus until April 26, 2026, as far as the tropical chart goes, and then the Vedic chart flows right after. Um, but no, it's not associated with any one particular. So like astrocartography speaking, I forgot I'm on YouTube too. My bad. Hey YouTube. But as far as astrocartography goes, when you like pick, a place on the map to live. Hey Lamuel, how you doing? And you pick like somewhere more so on the Uranus line. This is rebellious energy, boldness, risk taking, spontaneity. Also dealing with aviation and new experiences. There is a sense of instability when it comes to Uranus because Uranus is all about progressive pushes and pushing along. Peace, Adonis. Hey Phyllis. So don't expect like stability when you are choosing to reside in Uranus's space. But unexpectedness, events occurring, scatteredness, which we definitely all have been experiencing in our Taurus energy collectively. Taurus energy deals with like your wealth, your space of business. TTT 222. What I do? Did I start at 11:22? I might have. I've been going for 6 minutes. Yeah, I might have started at 11:22. Hey Des. Hey Banky. Hey Luisi. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for double tapping the screen and things. Hey Pamela. But yeah, Uranus's retrograde started on September 1st at 9:38 a.m. And that's his usual like retrograde season-ish energy that'll go on until the like December-ish when the planets start going prograde again. Peace, y'all. Welcome. Make sure y'all tap the screen, liking things and stuff like that. We do have Uranus in Taurus and the tropical, which is our mindset. Hey Moni, our mindset, how we think, about money, how we think about like wealth, the different levels of love, whether it's familial love, romantic love, community love, all those different ones. Uranus is on the top of my natal. What was that? Jupiter at 27 degrees Taurus. Ashe. Excuse me. Being present, we have Uranus sitting in the 12th house. Oh, you're Saturn. I'm sorry. Its symbols are so weird looking. Oh, it's on top of your natal Saturn at Taurus. Okay. Your Jupiter is in Gemini. That's right. You're having your Jupiter return right now. Mars and Jupiter over there in your Jupiter. But yeah, so we have Uranus sitting in the 12th house right now while it's in retrograde. So Uranus is giving those progressive pushes in our heart chakra. Taurus is associated with the internal side of our heart chakra. So that is dealing with, I don't know why I don't use my planetary forecast shit. Because it would just make everything so much easier, right? And no worries, the planetary forecast will be here. I always pull up on Wednesdays with the planetary forecast because that's how things flow. But I got some readings that I have to get in order. A couple people have been waiting entirely too long for these readings. And please reach out if you would like reading, but just know that you will not get your reading until sometime next week. So I'm trying to get my life together. Huh?
Can I borrow a plate?
A plate? Can you pick my stuff up? You have a number of plates if you would just eat your food.
Can you have this? Can you ask for one?
Oh yeah, he can have it. Thank you. Can you pick my stuff up off the floor?
Okay.
Here, you can use it. Thank you, babe.
Thanks.
All right, so Taurus. Taurus is associated with Oshan. This is associated with Het Heru. When we think about the Sephiros and the Tree of Life and all those pretty things, this is the seventh sphere on the Tree of Life. This is where the celestial workers come together and design. Um, this like Oshan is in alignment with not just the heart chakra, but also the solar plexus chakra because of the celestial because of Netzach, which is the seventh Sephiroth, which is in the space of victory, and victory is in alignment with the solar plexus chakra, which makes sense because when you think about like Tippereth, which is Leo, the sun, the fire ruling over the heart chakra space, that is usually like an image of the heart being on fire, um, and that's showing a sense of bravery, confidence, courageousness when it comes to following, your heart. The matters of the heart, how you feel about certain things, and so on and so forth. So we have Uranus providing progressive pushes to us in our heart chakra, whether it's in the tropical or the Vedic chart. I'm trying to focus. There's like a pattern that goes on every time I'm trying to do a reading. And yeah. So yeah. Uranus in your heart chakra. Hi Sean, peace, welcome. And we have other like what's the faces? Other asteroids over there. Like we have Hygeia. I want to say we still have Cupido over there. We don't really have any main planetary placements over there. We do have the 12th house is being ruled by Taurus right now. So the 12th house is the Pisces house. This deals with like hidden agendas, hidden secrets, hidden enemies. We're dealing with the Akashic records in this space when we're dealing with the 12th house. Anything that's hidden beneath the horizon. So like some of you guys have like when I speak on the 12th house, I'm speaking more like unfinished business that you're carrying from the last life into this life. So you have to tap into your Akashic records, you have to tap into your spiritual self to get into that. So when I speak on like Taurus in the 12th house, a lot of you guys have like unfinished business in the terms of money goals, in the terms of wealth and priorities, self-value, different kind of experiences that you guys should be experiencing in the matters of the heart that you guys may have been. We have a tendency to repress these different experiences. This world has taught us to protect ourselves in a certain type of way, which does get in a way of how we are closing up unfinished business when it comes to different relationships, when it comes to aligning certain bloodlines together, etc., etc. It's very interesting because whenever I'm on here, for some odd reason, I'm always attracting, hey, Mr. Brown, peace, welcome. I'm always attracting some type of, on my For You page, people debating on like bloodlines and lineages, right? And there's a reason why certain bloodlines are here in the present. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be present for real, and think about like all the histories and her stories and bloodline stories, etc., that led up to your very existence, you hold all the bloodlines. So to get into the debate of like what continent you're from or whatever, what have you, you've been blessed to be born here in the now, to have access to all the bloodlines, to have access to all the continents, all four corners of the map as we've been taught it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a power in that. Our generation gets to pull the magician card in the terms of lineage and bloodline. And so I find the debates hilarious online. They're very interesting. Especially like how people like time hop, and when they time hop, they don't change their jargon because they don't have the intellect to do so. And they never question why they don't have the intellect to do so. Like you can time hop in other people's cultures, but you can't time hop in your own culture and use the proper jargon. And there's nothing going off in your antennas that says, "Hey, something's wrong here. Why can't I time hop in my own lineage and use proper jargon?" Peace, Geechee. How you doing, sis? And that's something to be aware of. You know what I'm saying? It's something to definitely be aware of. So, Uranus, for some people have prioritized, those things. You know what I'm saying? Some people see a lot of value in knowing their culture, knowing their history, knowing their timeline and stuff like that. Peace meta made. And so, you know, progressive pushes. Uranus is bringing progressive pushes to anything that you have prioritized in your space. Anything that you see that is top notch, this is the most important. You definitely are going to experience some level, some type of push, some type of progressiveness. And Uranus doesn't like totally bring on the sense of like expansion, but it is like a stepping stone, whereas like Jupiter is expansion, like I'm here to expand. Jupiter will give you a little something, something in that space because it wants you to move forward. It doesn't want you to get comfortable in the things that you've been doing. It's Uranus is not here for routine. That's why it's so interesting that such a routine type of planet as Mercury goes prograde at the same time that a planet that completely goes against any type of routine or stability whatsoever slows down. You know what I'm saying? So, now's the time to like really be able to pay attention and organize yourself in matters of the heart and matters of what you prioritize and what you see value in. And forgiveness is a big thing too, especially like I said, Taurus deals with all levels of love. Where Libra is more specific on interpersonal relationships, bonds and contracts, marriages. Libra is like dead on, like it's me and you. Thank you. Taurus is more so like it's levels to it. I can love myself, I can love my family, I can love my siblings, I can love my parents, I can love my community. Like it's just like different levels of love to what Taurus has. So in that space is also different levels of forgiveness. Also how we prioritize those different levels of love is a thing as well. Some people, like I know more so in my personal life, certain people that I know, they prioritize romantic love over any other type of love. So if romantic love isn't going to their liking, then 9 times out of 10 they're going to be like, oh, there's no love in the world, there's no this, there's no that, because they're not experiencing romantic love. Whereas some people have romantic love, but it's the fact that they're not receiving community love, and it's like, oh, there's no village, there's no this or that, no that, because that's what they prioritize, that community love, even though they have the romantic love, and so on and so forth. And so, I'm speaking on all these different like facets and different levels of Taurus, so to give you guys an idea of the different kind of progressive pushes that you guys have been experiencing since Uranus entered Taurus in 2019, and will continue to experience as we continue with Uranus and Taurus until 2026. And again, that's just on the tropical. That's just on your mindset of things, how you think things to be. That's not necessarily on. Well, now it's on the happenings because Uranus is in Taurus on the Vedic chart as well. So we also have that in our events, in our energy exchanges, the physical energy exchanges, because that's what the Vedic chart rules over, is our actual physical energy exchanges. And so having that alignment of the mind and the body, that's not to say that your mind and body will be experiencing the same Uranus pushes at the same time, which can be very interesting as well. While your mind could be on progressive pushes about money and wealth and business, different happenings around you could be pushing you more towards different levels of love and forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Or your mindset could be on like, I want love, I want romance, I want this, I want that, I want community, I want to be loved and adored, and I want to be valued. And meanwhile, your physical experience is giving you the money, the bag. So it could be two different things going on at the same time. Either way, Uranus wants to push you progressively, and it's all happening in the 12th house that's being ruled by Taurus energy right now. Which essentially just, it's assisting you with the Akashic records of things. So now we're getting into the past life of things. I would definitely get into your Neptune placements, Pisces 12th house placements. Find out how Uranus is flowing through your 12th house and what other planets or zodiac energies this is igniting in your personal chart. Also pay attention to your Taurus placements, because this Uranus is floating through your Taurus placements as well. Like, I'll give y'all an example. I do have what I do in my notebook, because I have my notebook all day today, and then when I need it, I will not have it. That's how it works, right? But if you guys know what your 12th house is ruled by, feel free to comment in the chat, and I give you a gist of what you're looking for. If anybody knows where your Uranus is or what you have in Taurus, let me know. I'll let you know what that flows into. All right. So for me personally, just giving y'all examples. What do I have? I got my Jupiter in the 12th house, and that's fun. So Uranus is in the 12th house and is, affecting my 12th house Jupiter. My 12th house is ruled by Cancer. So I'm a Leo rising. Um, so like, providing progressive pushes to my intuitive space, my spiritual connection to my Akashic records. Because again, 12th house does deal with your Cancer. So your sun is in Cancer. Do you know your full chart, Geechee? Do you know, like, if you have any Taurus placements? Because then I could tell you, where Uranus is. Okay, there's an app. It's called Astro Matrix, or if you're like on a computer, I like to use Astro Seek. Those are the two good softwares that'll tell you like where the planets were at. And I like those softwares because they show you your tropical chart, which is what we usually use over here in the West, which deals with our mindset. And then the Vedic chart deals with happenings around you. Peace, Mike. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Laura. And then you have the Draconic chart, which deals with your soul's experience while your mind and body is going through these things. Hey, Kayla. Peace. Welcome, welcome. So I have like the progressive pushes happening in my spiritual realm, and then rewinding through degrees that, because now we are rewinding back through the degrees that we experienced during the summertime and the springtime. That's what we'll be experiencing with Uranus. So think about the different like things that happen during the summertime and the springtime in the realms of your heart chakra, the romantic experiences you've been having. I don't want to go through the money experiences I've been having again. Venus fix it. Oh, the other planetary aspects we'll switch it up a little bit, because so not all the planets are going in retrograde, and not all the planets will be in the exact same space that they were in during the spring and the summertime. However, Uranus will be repeating those degrees. We have Uranus started retrograde at a 27 degree. Oh yeah, we talked about that, the 27, right? Finding balance on the Libra scales, finding balance, wisdom in God, because that's the supreme mathematics. Wisdom in God, and what you're going to give birth to is what you're going to give birth to, right? And that's the mathematics to the 27 degree, because the numbers are intentional as well. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the numbers. The numbers do matter. And then it's at 15 latitude, which is, knowledge and walking in the power of your truth with that knowledge. So you see a lot of, again, coming back to what I was telling y'all earlier about like these debates I keep seeing on my For You page about what people prioritize. And a lot of people's stories, historic stories that they flow with, is based on emotion. I'm emotionally attached to this narrative that tells me that I'm from here, so I'm going to go with it. I'm emotionally attached to this narrative over here that tells me I'm from here, so I'm going to go with it. I was born in New Jersey. I was born in the state of New Jersey. My mother was born in Memphis. My father was born in New Jersey. His mother was born in Florida. I'm more literal like that. Like, I could tell these stories, but at the end of the day, what's my story? You know what I'm saying? What is my experience? What am I doing? outside of like all these things. Like I know we're here to like pass on information, but again, that's also Uranus and Taurus, giving you the sense of like value. Some of you guys will only value yourselves if you feel attached to a certain kind of story or a certain type of heritage or lineage. More Uranus information. Also, I noticed like around like Aprilish, Mayish, Aprilish, usually around the time where Uranus makes a big leap, whether it's entering, the cardinal mutable or fixated degrees, is usually around that time. Peace. Hey. Usually around that time is when, you know, it's always the Titanic too. It's always some type of Titanic thing. Then we had the Brexit and we had bricks. Everything around there happens like around the springtime. And that's usually when Uranus is doing some type of like major like move forward, is in the springtime when we have something with money. Then it was like the things with the Titanic. Everything that is associated with the Titanic always happened around April. If you look back on the history and the cycle of it. Everything that happened with like the cryptocurrencies, what was it last year around springtime, we had people Aquarius, Uranus. Your Uranus is in Aquarius. Ooh, so you're like, okay, so you're in the air energy while it's in a fixed earth. So it could be like really dragging you right now, right? Or like having a sense of value in your detachment and attachment styles, how you socialize and stuff like that. I'm still trying to, I won't say I'm trying to get a hold of Aquarians a little bit, but like my North Node is in Aquarius. And just on some like personal, because like I could read zodiac energies and stuff like that. But when you read your own chart and you look at like the fingerprint that you have in the cosmos, it's a whole lot different because you got to think about the degrees, you think about the aspects between the different planets and the energies, the houses that they're in. Like all of you guys have like a cosmic fingerprint. Like there's nobody's chart is exactly like yours. Like we could be born at the same moment, but we weren't born at the same longitude and latitude. So like even then, so like we wouldn't have the same chart, which is interesting. But yeah, getting to know my North Node Aquarius energy, because that's the only thing I have in Aquarius. It's been an interesting adventure. But yeah, some people only see like a sense of value in themselves when they're aligning with a certain type of culture. So because some people only see value in certain kind of cultures, you know what I mean? Rather than the culture that they have. But again, progressive push is happening in all those spaces. Again, this is the 12th house, so we will be dealing with bloodlines, which is why I keep communicating bloodlines in the past and the history and where you came from and stuff like that, because that's all 12th house. That's, the families, the empires, the, centuries and ages of life. Where's your story? What stars align to lead up to you in your very moment? What are you prioritizing in that space? And then it's like also like move forward, be present, because there's some bloodlines that you actually have access to in this space and time, like right now, that you can talk to, that you can communicate with and receive information from, but you're choosing not to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the whole like social media thing has been like a really cool social experiment to teach people to like, not like do away with the people in their physical space. Like I don't want to deal with the drama of the people in my physical space, but I'll sit and deal with the drama of the people in the virtual space. Like it's been a very interesting, social experiment in that realm of things. I find it fascinating. But yeah, your family is important. Oh, that's to say your family is important. You want to know where you came from, talk to your family. And then like even in there, you learn about the different like beefs, different issues that people have. Oh, we don't know this because of that. We don't know that because of this. This cousin over here is like that, and that cousin. Like you have all these different things going on that you would have more insight about if you would just be present in your lineage, instead of like going to YouTube or TikTok or something and allowing some stranger that doesn't know you, that read a bunch of books written by people that they don't know that died years ago, tell you where you're from. Like I don't understand. Hey Gemini 19, I love that number 19. Hey Core, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but peace. Do you know where your Uranus is? How's your day going? But yeah. Oh, and then I like that you have a 9. So you have a 919. That's my birthday. It's 919. Welcome, fellow Mercurian. Hey, Flacco. So that's what I got. All right. So Uranus is in this fixed earth energy, progressive pushes to the sense of value, the love, the forgiveness, because that is what we're learning in this space and time too. Once you guys realize that you guys don't just have one bloodline in your existence, like you starseeds are here right now for a reason. Y'all have all of the bloodlines in y'all from the beginning. They're all you. You can claim all of them. You can travel to all of them. At least that's how I move. I love Alegua. I'm the goddess of the crossroads. I do what I want, how I want. It'd be people trying to come for me like, oh, why she wear this and got that and do this? Because I'm all of them. I'm here right now for a reason to be all of them. And so we can play the division game and talk about the different lineages that led up to me being all of them. We can do that. I love to talk about the parts of the whole. I'm definitely here for it. Um, but yeah, and it's a lot of forgiveness that has to come in that, because those are different facets of you. So I know, like, we like to talk about I don't even want to get there because my throat started closing up. Like, don't go there. I won't go there. Then we're not gonna do it. But if you know, you know. Uh, the cosmos just want us to be in alignment with the cosmos, for real, for real. You got to think about the above and below. You got to think about how, like, the stars, like every star has its own electromagnetic energy, right? Every star has its own, main element, and its own, like, just makeup of how it is on the surface, and the different layers, and its speed and its tilt, and everything about it is its own. However, when we look up in the sky, we still see constellations. You know what I'm saying? It's still a collective of constellations that give off a certain, like, zodiac energy or constellation energy or house energy. You know what I'm saying? It's still parts that make up the whole. And then when we look down below, it's like, okay, I see protons, neutrons, and electrons. They made this electromagnetic energy of this atom. And this atom is different than that atom. And it's different in speed, it's different in the amount of valence electrons it has, it's different in the number of protons and neutrons in the nucleus. Like, it's just different. Like, this is this atom. You know what I'm saying? But when I put these atoms together, they all gonna make like this piece of tissue. It's all gonna make, my organ in my body. You know what I'm saying? These atoms come together and make my foot. Like, whatever you want to go about it, like, it's all the same. However, it's like, the pieces. Now integrate yourself into that concept. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like division too much. We get too caught up in making sure everything is divided and separate. Like, you from over there and I'm from over here, and our bloodlines never met up. Like, bro, that is so far fetched when you think about today. And just going past the 2024 years, on some calendars we've been here for 6,036 years. We just had the 6,036 New Year's on August 11th. We got another culture having a New Year's on 9/11. Another saying that we've been 6,000 years on their calendar. Then if you want to go past, like, BC days, we can go back 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 years. Y'all be going back ages, all that stuff like that. You could say all of that, but then not say that at some point in time we got, like, we could keep dividing bloodlines, but at some point in time it just doesn't make sense anymore to keep talking like that, because it doesn't. After a while, it just doesn't make sense anymore. Now, if you want to create new tribes and new lineages and stuff like that, like, I'm here for it. Like, we should have new tribes. We've always been tribal. It's nothing wrong with that. But, like, at a certain point, you gotta know, like, certain conversations just don't make sense. Like, you can't even utilize the proper jargon to even carry out certain conversations anymore. You just can't. If the jargon doesn't match up to the mindset you're trying to convey, because that language didn't even exist in this period of time. Like, we weren't using these kind of words. We weren't labeling things like this for you to even be using this word to talk about this period of time. You know what I'm saying? And when we start to wrap our minds around things like that, like we'll be in such a better position being present. Nobody ever wants to be present. You either want to be in the future, always planning for the future, what the future holds, what the future got in store. We plan it, we organize it. This is for generational wealth and future generations, rah, 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 rah. Or we always in the past, like, oh, this is where we came from, this is our land, this is this, and this is that, and da, da, da. But never, not one time do we decide to be present. And I would like to hope that Uranus will put us in a position to be present. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to learn how to be more present in our shit. We got Venus and Lilith sitting in Libra. We got Juno sitting in Libra. So a lot of rebellious energy. Lilith is the primordial goddess. Venus rules over the heart chakra, so it's sitting over there with the primordial goddess, while we have Uranus sitting in Taurus energy. So it's a lot of rebellious energy going on in our heart chakra. A lot of us are choosing to go against the grain of things, what everybody else has been taught and indoctrinated to prioritize, to find value and worth in. A lot of us are unsubscribing to those mindsets and heart sets. Okay. And it's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Like I told y'all before, Libra is more like direct. It deals with like bonds and contracts and interpersonal relationships, because it's referring like directly to a scale. So a scale usually has one thing, one concept on one side and one concept on the other side of the scale. So when you're dealing with Libra energy, it's always one on one. Okay. Whereas Taurus is like levels to it. So we have our heart chakra. Hey, Jonathan, how you doing, beloved? So we have our heart chakra sitting on that one-on-one. Hey, Soul Lifted. Hey, Daryl. Peace, y'all. And we have Uranus providing progressive pushes in that internal side. So when we're expressing it in a rebellious side. We're expressing it in that Lilith side, but we're also keeping it in mind like Juno. Juno is like associated with Hera. That was the wife of Zeus. And she did everything but leave Zeus. She unalived the side chick, the children, everybody. She did everything but leave that man. Hey Chris, how you doing, beloved? Hey Gonzo. And so that's what Juno's electromagnetic energy, the asteroid Juno, represents. It's what do you need in a relationship or in a bond to want to really stay in it? The way Hera was toning it down for Zeus. Like, what did Zeus have going on that made Hera be like, I'm not going nowhere. I will unalive everybody, but I ain't going nowhere. Like, we'll have you like that. And that's where Venus is at. And it's not just what will have you like that, who would have you like that? What kind of circumstances would have you in that realm? Like, what do you feel that passionate about that you will stay in it no matter what? You know what I'm saying? Well, let's talk about your values, your priorities. What makes you value something? What does something have to have within it for you to value it? And Uranus is like, all right, I feel like the stuff that y'all been prioritizing, the stuff y'all been finding value in, all these things don't matter. They don't matter. So here I am. I'm gonna clean all this shit up. I'm gonna show you how much it don't matter. They already showed you, like I told y'all, like Uranus entered Taurus the beginning of March. By the end of March, we was in quarantine. So it already showed you, like, we don't care about these jobs. I don't care about y'all money. Let me show y'all how easy it is for them to print money and send it to y'all. Had y'all all getting $1,000 checks every week. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me show y'all how unimportant all this paperwork is. Y'all learn how to lie on that paperwork like what none. Y'all learn how to lie to the IRS. Everybody on my whole life has always been scared of the IRS until YouTube University started, and nobody was scared of the IRS or nothing. Hey, Purple Heart. How you doing, beloved? You couldn't pay nobody to be scared. You couldn't pay anybody to be scared. It wasn't time to be scared. That was Uranus giving y'all the progressive pushes in y'all heart chakra. Like, yo, what? Let me show y'all how much this stuff don't matter. Like, we getting rid of coins, we up in the cryptocurrency. We creating NFTs. Now y'all have a ridiculous amount of cryptocurrencies, and now they're being traded on Forex. Like, now you got all these different pyramid built businesses where y'all learning how to do collective economics and learn how to sign each other up for different businesses to make money flow. The virtual business boom, to the point where like babies that just got conceived yesterday already have Instagram pages. Like, men and women are coming together and having and trying to have a baby and have a whole Instagram page about them trying to have a baby. Like the baby ain't even here yet and already has an Instagram page and a whole conglomerate of people waiting for this baby to be conceived. Like ultrasound not even here yet. Those are the kind of businesses that are being made. Like nobody thought about that like off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Like there was progressive pushes that had to happen for, and what was that progressive push? I don't know if I'm allowed to say the C word up here, so I ain't even gonna hold it. But it was a virus. Something went viral. And when that thing went viral, that progressively pushed us to change what we value. You know, a lot of people went towards family. They found a newfound value in family. Some people found a newfound value in their bloodline and learning that their familial history, learning their birthrights. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was just a lot. It was a lot that gave a lot of people like that aha moment that they needed. And that was only a couple of weeks in, and we just been experiencing like nonstop instability, unsteadiness. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are waiting for like this housing thing to drop and stuff. I honestly don't think it's going to happen until Uranus enters Gemini in 2026. And I say that because it's going to take for y'all to get pushed to building community. And that's what Gemini is about. Gemini is all about community and communication and familial unity, right? Gemini comes brings you back into that Mercurian energy of intellect. So now we're back in the I know. It's not no more I feel. Now it's I know. So, you know, it's gonna have to be a big boom in that in our intellect. Like those first 3 weeks of Uranus entering Gemini, I predict that's when the housing market is gonna go down, and it's gonna go down because y'all gonna make it go down. Y'all go come together and y'all gonna start doing crazy stuff because these people not gonna change nothing. Like just how like you guys are learning about the planets and you're learning about your bloodline and you're learning about nationality and you're learning about the different IRS forms and all that stuff like that. There's an equal opposite energy that either already knew about this stuff or they're learning about it too so that they can learn how to stay on top of y'all. You know what I'm saying? There's always an equal opposite energy going on. So like, we're learning how to do these things. It's beings over here trying to figure out how to stay in power, how to keep you ignorant, how to keep y'all divided. So like, being in that weird space between the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius. Everybody want to wake up tomorrow in the age of Aquarius, but that's not how it works. Just how all these planets go in retrograde, it takes Pluto about 3 or 4 years before it settles in a zodiac. That means that we're going to keep going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius for like another year or so. You think Pluto done with a Capricorn? No, Pluto goes in retrograde every 6 months for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So you don't just wake up in the age of Aquarius just because you said so. I know we live in the microwave era where it would be like, it would be kind of cool if everything just happened overnight. But that's not how it works here. um, but yeah, so I'm gonna pull a card for all of my modalities, and y'all already know what to do. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead and put your name in the chat. I will pull a card for you guys as well. I just wanted to give y'all a little spiel on Uranus being in Taurus in the 12th house and how this is all about unfinished business on your priorities and your sense of value, your value of self and your value of other people, places, things, and situations around you. Yeah. And business, how business is being operated. Like I predict that, the more you guys learn and grow, the more you guys will see that there's nothing new under the sun. And there's a lot of stuff that we have been taught was like so long ago and it looks so different, but it didn't. The only thing that looked different was fashion because, our clothes are always changing. Like two things that change like nonstop every day is our clothing and our jargon, right? So we may have had different slang words and we had different clothes and stuff, but the way business was set up, the way money was set up, the way like different tribes, got along or didn't get along, there's nothing new under those suns. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is the same. It's just they keep showing us these sepia colored pictures where we had these big dresses on and stuff like that. And it makes us think like, oh my god, that was so long ago and such a different time, and it was so many different things and all these different things, but like it really wasn't. It really wasn't that like long ago. It wasn't that far off. It wasn't that different. Like employment is indentured servitude under a prettier title, because to say you're an indentured servant in this space and time probably wouldn't suit you very well, given your emotional connection to the word indentured servitude and the history behind it. And how, in fact, when you think about what the Federal Reserve note is, and the fact that it's just a fiat currency and it's only backed by good faith, and we don't technically have good faith in our government. We don't technically have good faith in the federal government or the currency system. So is it really good faith right now, or are we just being slaves? Well, look up slavery and look up how the times were during those periods of time. It's not all Alex Haley movie. Like, Hollywood created certain images for us to see certain things the way that we see them for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like Hollywood was another social experiment. Hollywood was the first, well, it wasn't the first, because before that we had like newspapers and satire writers and playwriters and all that stuff like that. Then we got the Hollywood, and now we have social media, which is no different. Like, because you have people up here who are hired or get paid to provide certain narratives, to provide certain quote unquote truths or mindsets or whatever, and get people to hop on the bandwagon with those mindsets and those truths. Like they get paid to do that. And so I know you guys use the word agent. Hey T-Bone, how you doing, love? So they like to use the word agent or whatever for those kind of people, and whatever word you want to use, but just know it's nothing new under the sun. It's no different than when they used to have the newspaper articles and the satire showing our aboriginal men, or copper colored men as beasts, and they would take over the woman, and they're the King Kong, and we still watch King Kong movies, right? It's really nothing new under the sun. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Still get the same oohs and ahs when we see a copper colored man with someone less melanated, blonde hair, blue eyed energy. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's nothing new. So once you see how it's nothing new, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep it that way? Are you going to keep it the same? Or do you want to be progressive? Will you be Uranus? Are you invoked by the energy of Uranus? I think it's safe that Uranus doesn't rule over his zodiac energy. It does have a little bit of, like, it puts a little razzle dazzle on Aquarius energy. Aquarius being that detached energy, and Aquarius on the Sephiros being the roots that root you into the physical, but also root you upward into the non-physical. So you have that Keter energy of Aquarius. Uranus does have a little sprinkle there. However, it's not like, totally like associated with Aquarius. So yeah, let's talk about it. Anyway, so I guess I'll start with Earth energy, since Uranus is in Earth energy. And so Earth energy includes Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus energy, with this progressive push in the 12th house in Taurus happening on the tropical and the Vedic chart. For you guys, it's really progressive pushes happening in your materials, how you prioritize my materials, how you prioritize what you harvest, and your sense of self-value associated with those materials. A lot of earth energies don't feel like they're doing well enough until they have like that physical reciprocation, whether it's physical people, money, hey Mr. IHOP, whatever. It has to be in the physical, and it has to, be rewarded back to them. Like even if down to a certificate or a debt note, whatever. They need that confirmation, that affirmation has to come in the physical from them. And so Uranus wants to progressively push you out of that mindset. We don't want you to stay in that it has to be physical for me to experience it. That's why you came down here as a Earth Sun sign, because and if your Uranus is in the Earth sign, that's even more so confirmation that you were brought here to experience like life without the materials. Not to take away from you, like y'all supposed to be broke, y'all supposed to but like separate yourself from it. It's not here to define you. It's a tool. It's a tool. Like you are a spirit having a physical experience. And if you keep moving around like you're a physical being having a physical experience, you're always going to be doing yourself a disservice, because the materials are man made, and anything man made is finite. That means that it has an expiration date. Everything that man has ever made on this planet has had an expiration date. It expires. Down to your body. Your body was conceived by two humans. Your body has an expiration date. But your spirit, your energy, that is what is infinite. Okay? And so if you keep moving around like you're a finite person, you will always be finite, and everything around you will always be finite. It will never be stable for you. It will never be stable enough for long enough for you. It'll always be like, especially to my Virgos. Y'all know I'm a Virgo too, bro. Like, especially with the worrying energy, like always, like, having that scarcity, the hoarding mindset. Like, I have to hoard all these things because I don't know when I'm going to get it again. Like, stuff like that. That's coming from that you're moving like a physical being having a physical experience instead of a spiritual being having a physical experience. So keep that in mind to my earth signs as you guys are experiencing this Uranus and Taurus energy. The materials are not here for you to value yourself according to them. They're not a representation of you. They're not a representation of your work ethic, because we know people that push 3 buttons a day and make buku bucks, have big houses and this, that, and the third, and they don't do shit. And then somebody that works 2-3 jobs and their materials are lacking. And that's how you know that your materials are not a divine reflection of you, energy, spirit, mindset. It's not. Hey, Blue, how you doing, love? So keep that in mind, and I'm gonna pull these cards for you. We got 16 Journey. Okay, this probably was more so for my Virgos, but we got Mercury and Uranus here on a Journey card, and this is 1 and 6. So having that knowledge and putting equality to that sense of knowledge. Peace, Journey. How was your day, love? Um, here for my YouTubers in the back. And that brings us to 7, God, Libra scales, balance, and those things. So paying attention to your Uranus, paying attention to your Mercurian sign. Mercury rules over, and this is what I was talking about, how we have like that switch off between Mercury going forward while Uranus is going retrograde at the same time. And so in that switch off, you're going to pay attention to how your daily routine moves forward while you're dealing with that progressive push and your sense of priorities and wealth. Okay. And what you value in, and align that with your moral and integral code of Mercury, align that with your habits of Mercury, align that with what you're learning about and what you're teaching, that Mercury energy, right? So allow those 2 planets to pass off, like, because Mercury right now is in Leo. It retrograde back into Leo zodiac, but it's in Cancer constellation right now. So it's having that third eye experience. The thought process is on the masculine side, what we experience, what the sun touches. Meanwhile, on the Vedic side of things, we're still going inward in our nurturing sense with Mercury being in Cancer constellation. So, having that alignment of those 2 of your third eye, the internal and external side, like really experience your life. And let Uranus provide progressive pushes to what you prioritize in this life. I mean, you could allow it, or you could be the resistance. It's up to you to be the resistance. If you choose to be the resistance, I don't want to resist Uranus. Uranus and Jupiter are 2 planets I don't really play with. I don't know what that is, but I'll play with Saturn a little bit. I got a few Capricorn placements. I'll rock with Saturn a little bit. We'll go ahead toe to toe for a couple rounds, but I don't know. It's something about Uranus. It's something about Jupiter. I'd be like, no. I ain't go mind my business. We got the reverse 8 of Cups. 8 is that number of empowerment and enforcement. And again, this is coming to the fact that, like, we prioritize a lot what's in our physical realm. My earth babies, I'm still reading for y'all, and not so much the emotions and the intuitions of things, you know what I'm saying? And going back into the non-physical parts of the world and seeing how important the non-physical, the connectivity is. Like, it'll help. And believe it or not, even when you like um detach yourself from the physical world, you know, to a reasonable logical extent. But when you do the detachment and you start like being more non-physical and more about the connectivity and the mindset and the emotions and the intuition and stuff like that, like you'll notice that the materials will line up, you know, accordingly. Like, will they align in the same exact way as it was when you were a physical being, you know, living in a physical experience? Probably not. Probably not. Would it be more or less? I mean, it depends on your story. For some of you guys moving more into your spiritual realm, it it will remove like the number, the fiat number you have, but it'll increase your access to resources. You know, and if you remember, like the fiat notes were just to access the resources to begin with. So you low key just got rid of like the middleman from a lot of different facets of your life. But because we've been taught to idolize money, you know, a lot of us can't even wrap our mind around that. And there's a reason why we idolize money so much. Why do you think all these rap songs, all these TV shows, even Hollywood, like they all like portray money. Like everything is about money. And if when you look on a dollar, you'll notice like all the um all the different symbols on it, like the different spellings on it, the symbols, the fact that it only exists based upon your faith. You know, in God we trust, you know, God. You know, the all-seeing eye at the top of the pyramid, like, you know, the different Latin, you know, written across it in different ways and stuff, you know, the numerology that's on it. You know, it's an ancestral dollar. I know you guys are very familiar with ancestor money and putting ancestor money on your altar. Well, you are an altar, and y'all take pride in keeping these ancestral dollars. A lot of you guys don't even know the history or the story behind these different individuals that are smiling on these dollars. You know what I mean? To keep that on your altar so hard. You don't even realize like the energetic spells and pulls that the money has on y'all. You know what I'm saying? And is that to say, oh, the value material world? I'm not saying that at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you got to know when you're idolizing something, and you got to know when there's a false god in your space and you're the one that's giving life to it and you're being indoctrinated to do so. Um, and just how it started with the satires and all those things, and it kept going with Hollywood. Like, them people don't use money like that. Like, you be thinking they be having buku bucks. If you really pay attention to what they be saying, they don't say this person has this amount of money in their bank account. They say this person is valued at this amount. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them walk around with like fake dollars. You know, a lot of them walk around with real ones, but it's not that much. It's really not that much compared to, you know, I mean, compared to a lot of our realities, it's a lot, but it's really not that much when you think about how much they work. Like, they're 24-hour workers. They can't even like sleep wrong. One of y'all be all up on their page sharing their posts. Look at how he was sleeping. Look at how they was eating outside. Like, they don't get the clock out from that job. They don't get the clock out from that image. They don't get to, you know, be somebody else or do something else in their own time. They don't get to do any of that. That's a 24-hour job they got. And I listen, you're gonna have to give me a lot more than a stack to my ear for me to want to do a 24-hour job of people following me around, and then they're following around my family and stuff like that. Like, I gotta like protect my whole tribe, and now y'all being weird. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. But let's come back to my earth babies, because I really want y'all to like, I'm not trying to get y'all to like do away with material stuff, but I do want y'all to learn that you guys are spirits having a physical experience. And we got the Knave of Wands. You are the writer of your actions. You control the vibes. This is you. And that's also in alignment with what I was saying was like, you know, you'll notice that when you start moving like a spiritual being, you'll see like the resources start to align up with you. Like, it's not always in the form of debt notes, but like you'll see like people want to look out for you. People want to do stuff for you. Like, again, coming back to Hollywood, that's how they set up. Like, that's a whole tribe over there. A lot of them are related, you know, and there's a reason why a lot of them are related, because nepotism. Everybody put their cousins on, everybody put their siblings on, their parents on, their children on, their grandparents, whatever. It's a lot of nepotism going on. So that's like a whole tribe out there, you know what I'm saying? And oh, you make clothes, Oh, I'm gonna wear your clothes on the red carpet and I'm gonna tell everybody what I got on. That's free. A lot of people rent clothes. You see a lot of designers coming out and telling on other people about how they be renting clothes. They don't really be buying them, or a lot of the clothes they receive are gifts for marketing for when they go outside and stuff, and fashion magazines and all this stuff are taking pictures of them and they be like, what do she got on? What do he got on? Oh, they got on da da da. And then you, average Joe, that feels like you need to keep up with these people who didn't even pay for these clothes, you go out and buy the clothes. It's for you. It's not for them. They didn't pay for them clothes. They don't pay for them clothes. They know how all that stuff go. And then when they go out and they go to the store and they're shopping and they make sure that there's cameras following them and stuff like that, that's work. I'm getting all that money back. I was at work this whole time. Y'all was watching me. Y'all was following me. Y'all was interviewing me the whole time I was doing all of this. But it's for you. So you could go out and spend all your income tax money on that. It wasn't for them. It's why they intentionally say certain words in their songs, because they're brand ambassadors. I'm gonna make sure you guys go eat this food from this restaurant. I'm gonna make sure that y'all go buy this kind of liquor. When y'all go get drinks, I'm gonna make sure y'all wear these kind of clothes. Meanwhile, they over there wearing Sheen, but they telling you they got the XYZ on, so you can go get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing new under the sun. We don't want to keep falling for the things. Venus and Aquarius, yes, detach. Y'all know better, so do better. Aquarius is like heavily like intellectual. Aquarius also has like that revolutionary energy, like they're rebellious. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go what everybody's doing. They don't want to go alongside what everything, how everybody is doing everything else. Like they're very detached. They're very revolutionary. They're very unique, right? And so having Venus in that Aquarius energy is like it's time to detach, like that thing that you value. Those things you've been taught to value. It's time to detach from that. It's time to be revolutionary. It's time to be unique with your approach and your heart chakra. You know what I'm saying? Impartiality. See, you got the goddess. She got both. She got both paints on both sides, and it's just really about like you know equal. Again, coming back to you guys are spirits having a physical reality. You are not physical beings having a physical reality. You are spiritual beings having a physical reality. So that means that you need to get comfortable with both spirituality and physical, and see how that and see how they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? How they should always be in alignment with one another. And at any time one is more valued than the other, turmoil occurs. When you get too detached from the physical reality and you go too far into the spiritual realm, yeah, it gets kind of wonky when you do that too. I'm not trying to direct y'all to do that either. You see that, what's happening to a lot of people that get too wrapped up into the non-physical world, like they lose themselves. They're losing sense of reality, you know what I mean? And then they open up their altar to a bunch of like invaders. Now they're dealing with, quote unquote mental health issues and, hallucinations and delusions. A lot of people opt into unaliving themselves and other people around them, other loved ones around them, because they've opened themselves to too many jinns, too many like things going on. So you don't want to fall too far into that either. All right, last but not least, I got women's treachery. And you see they fighting over the chicken. And we know chicken has a lot of different words. But all of this, we're not doing this. And that's where a lot of that scarcity, like, oh, this is all I got, fighting over it. So Earth babies, this is what I got for y'all while Uranus is in Taurus. You want to pay attention to your Mercury and your Uranus placement. See how they aspect each other, how they align with each other, because that is going to be your journey during this space of time. That is the theme. We want to talk about what your journey is during this space and time. It's the alignment of your Uranus to your Mercury, my Earth babies. And we got the reverse Eight of Cups because we done dropped the ball on the non-physical world. Okay? And we want you to get back to it. Knave of Wands. Get back to it. Write it. Take action on it. You got this. Okay? And then we go into Venus and Aquarius, being revolutionary about what you prioritize and what you have value in, what you seek value in yourself and others. Okay? And partiality, a balance. And this is the crown chakra card too. So having that balance between that physical and non-physical. Hey, kick me in the balls. Having that balance, sense of balance, because we don't want to get here. We don't have to move in such scarcity. Once you find yourself moving in such scarcity where you feel triggered by what somebody else has, or you want to tease somebody about what you have, then you're doing too much. You're moving in a weird level of scarcity. You are too caught up in the physical. Do something else. Like the physical world should not be interfering with a moral and integral code. You know, and so that's what I have for the Earth babies. Now we can move on to the air, right to the other opposite, equal opposite energy. Let's move into the air. So air is Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, right? And while Uranus is in this fixed Earth sign, it could be very dragging for y'all because this is like, y'all be moving at 360. This is moving at like 180. It's like, ooh, you on the other side. Why you moving so slow? So, my Uranus in air, and I think I see somebody earlier that said they had their Uranus in Aquarius. This one is for you. All right. And even if you have like air in your sun sign, your sun talks about your experiences. Okay. So Uranus could be affecting your experiences as well. So you can apply this to wherever you have air in your chart. I'm just speaking specifically on Uranus and air. Okay, because your Uranus being an air at this point in time is showing you that you need progressive changes in how you detach, how you socialize. Because if you look at all three airs, right, you have Libra. That's the one-on-one relationships, interpersonal relationships. You need progressive pushes in that space and time. Uranus and Taurus is going to show you how to find priority and how to ground yourself in your interpersonal relationships, your decision-making self, your sense of justice, balance, your contracts and your bonds. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes Libra energy can be all over the place. Sometimes it's difficult for them to be grounded in a decision. Let Uranus and Taurus give you that energy, and it's coming from the 12th house, so it's coming from like generations above you. You're gonna see more elders start to come to the forefront and speak on some things, whether it's on social media, on TV, a passerby, maybe a client, whatever. Let the elders speak, okay? Because they have something to give you. They're coming from the 12th house, especially those that are in their last days. You know what I'm saying? They're coming from the 12th house with the information that they have to give you. Peace intrinsic. Hey, doing? Hey, VR. Where was I going with this? Uranus and Taurus, y'all in the air energy. Gemini social. How you doing? How's your day going, love? So Gemini is more so like community. So while Libra is like one-on-one relationships, Gemini is dealing with like your immediate family, like your siblings, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, and your cousins. The ones that you grew up with, not the ones that like you just run into at a family reunion. These are the ones that you grew up with. And and then like the Tri-City area, like your neighborhood, old classmates and stuff. That's all Gemini energy. So we expand a little bit more in Gemini. Now, when we get to Aquarius, now we're dealing with like ultimate, like societal rules. Aquarius also goes as far as ruling over virtual electronic communication. So having these electronic tribes, y'all got different groups on Facebook. You got different social media platforms, period, that have different kinds of people on each platform. Okay. Is different tribes being formed in the virtual reality world. And you have that also happening in society, in the physical world. Like people are choosing to live off grid together. People are choosing to move into the urban neighborhoods together. You got the Moors making moves together. You got the Hebrews living together. You got the Amish always live by themselves and minded their business. Like you have these different things going on. So that's Aquarius energy. And Aquarius energy, all three air energies move you into a space of doing something different. Because Libra scales, once the Libra scales get uneven, you got to even them joints back up. You have to make a decision. What needs to be done to put these scales back to where they need to be, right? That's the question for Libra. When you're in Gemini, Gemini can become so fickle and unfocused, trying to be everywhere, trying to be a part of everything, that now we need the sense of groundedness. So decisions have to be made here. Groundedness needs to be made here, so that Gemini doesn't be everywhere, all over the place. Be flexible, be adaptable, but you don't want to be fickle and unfocused, overwhelmed. And then Aquarius energy can get, it's supposed to be revolutionary. It's supposed to be unique. It's supposed to do something different. But don't get so stuck on being revolutionary that you sometimes are a rebel without a cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just rebelling just to be rebellious. Like, I got a son, he a Taurus sun, he an Aquarius moon, he a Leo rising. I'd be like, sometimes you don't gotta go against me all the time. Sometimes we could take a break. Okay. Um
Never.
Right, you hear him, right? So, you have all of that. And so, like, Uranus being in this fixed earth sign, which is like the toughest out of all the elements of being fixed earth, is really helping you guys make those decisions, right? It's helping you guys, like, I know air energy still likes to be everywhere, but at least have like a order of operations. At least have a PIMDUS to your method or your science or whatever. Hey, Caroline, how you doing? And once you have, like, the order of operations to your things, that'll help you make better decisions and be aware of when you're becoming too unfocused and coming back into focus. And again, this is coming from the bloodlines. This is coming from the 12th house. That's what this energy is coming from. Uranus coming from Taurus on the 12th and the 12th house, y'all. This is the Pisces house. This is the Neptune house. This is the hidden agendas and the secrets. This is the subconscious and the dreams. Pay attention to y'all dreams, because a lot of y'all stuff is coming to y'all in dreams, but then y'all don't take the time out to remember y'all dreams. Y'all just jump up and I gotta get to work and I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Take a second when you wake up, just breathe for a second, just be present. Like, allow yourself to transition from that sleep state to a waking state, and pay attention to how you feel, what you think about. Same thing when you're in waking state and you move yourself into sleeping state. Like, pay attention how you feel, what's on your mind, what's on your heart, where you, like, and then pay attention to, like, the thoughts that you have in your head before you're not off. You know what I'm saying? Having, like, a sense of insight on both sides of those things, that'll help you. Like, people always need a dream interpreter, but, like, do you really? Because I could tell you, oh, this symbol means this symbol means that, but that might not be what it means for you in your particular dream. You got to pay attention to what you got going on in your dream state, in your subconscious, right? um the 12th house also deals with, like, your bloodline that's passed on already. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all need to connect with them. Some of y'all need to sit down and learn stories about them. If y'all have family members that have some of their belongings still, connect with the belongings. Read some diaries. I got so many diaries. I always keep things around that, like, my kids might not always enjoy reading them, but they'll have a sense of who I was. You know what I'm saying? They will be there. Maybe, some of y'all bloodlines have left diaries around, journals around, stuff like that for y'all to check out. But air babies, ooh, see? Community. I want y'all to pay attention to y'all Pluto and your sun sign. Pluto and sun sign. So your solar plexus chakra and your experiences, the external side of your third eye. And we're dealing with psilocybin. Psilocybin is the joint that have y'all tripping. Hey Juan, how you doing? Hey Padam. But yes, focusing your mindset, communing. That's where we want y'all at. That's where Uranus wants y'all at. And then I like how it's a bunch of, like, little fairies and stuff like that to give off that air energy. Like, yeah, be around people, my air babies. Focus on your different relationships, your interpersonal relationships, your bonds, your contracts. Focus on the different, levels of love and commune. That Gemini energy. Focus on society and how you're connecting, like, virtually and in person, and in the realms of society, how you're contributing to it, right? The Seven of Wands, because some of y'all not contributing to it. Some of y'all being very quiet and to yourself and held up. Some of you guys have different actions going on that you're just not acting on. Again, the thing with the air signs, the air energy, is Uranus is here to ground y'all, to help y'all make a decision, to help y'all prioritize, to get certain balls on the roll. That's what Uranus wants for y'all. But in order for y'all to really, like, get into action on what needs to be done, which y'all need to be doing, y'all need a sense of groundedness. Like, it's cool to be everywhere. Like I love being around like different air energies and listening to how they think, because they really do be trying to think from multiple points of view at one time, and they're pretty good at it to an extent. It's but they only get bad at it when they're trying to think for other people, and it's like you can't do that. You can't create hypothetical situations based upon what you think other people are thinking. That's not fair to the people, because you don't really know. You don't know. They might not say those exact words. You know what I mean? But be mindful of that. Uranus wants to provide you guys with grounding, so you guys can make your decisions, so you guys can move, so you don't be living in hypotheticals that keep y'all stagnant and paralyzed. Oh yeah, we got the reverse 7 of Swords. That you see, more air energy, the swords. 7 is the number of God. This is the balance here. Libra scales being the house of 7 also being God and supreme mathematics, and victory. And so like it's in reverse because we're not here. We're not here. We're not balanced on the scales of intellect. It's like a lot of hypotheticals that's leaving. Look, got the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. Can't make this up. Y'all sevens is not balanced. We're not balancing the interpersonal relationships. We're not balancing the bonds or contracts here, and it's stagnating y'all. It's the lack of groundedness, and that's what Uranus wants to bring to y'all, is the sense of groundedness, so y'all can make decisions, so y'all can prioritize the way you're going to move through things and make certain decisions. And again, this is for my air babies: Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Hey Ibrahim, how you doing, beloved? Knight of Cups, and this is the Tippereth. So there's a sense of confidence and courageousness that dibbling and dabbling and being a little bit of everywhere all over the place is not going to give y'all that sense of groundedness. Like the thing with Tippereth, if y'all notice, well, this side of the card is so dark, but these are all the Sephiros here, and all of the Sephiros lead to Tippereth. So when you have like a sense of groundedness in all of your Sephiros and they come to Tippereth, like it empowers it even more to feel confident and brave in the decisions that have to be made, right? And in your emotional sense, what you feel. There's more confidence in what I feel. And the thing with was it Ptah, was he let the heart speak first. It was the Tippereth that made things happen first, and then the tongue followed. You know what I'm saying? To speak what the heart wanted. So that's how it flows. You know what I mean? You let the fire inside to, initiate, and then your actions follow. So being a knight is kind of like moving forward in that. So moving forward in that intuition, moving forward in that groundedness and what you feel, and Uranus and Taurus is definitely going to give you something to feel, because Taurus is in the heart chakra, to give you your feelings. Dissipating, the solar plexus chakra. So there's not so for my air babies, there's some confidence that's missing here. So y'all be everywhere and y'all be dibbling and dabbling everywhere, but between that Tippereth card and the dissipating card on the solar plexus chakra, it's a lot of just like letting time flow by, just letting time go by. Like you're doing, I won't say the bare minimum because it's not the bare minimum for some of y'all, but y'all are doing just enough to like feel good, but it's not making progress. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not getting the things done. It's like, oh, I know a little bit of this. Like I give example, earth energies. I know a little bit of this. I could do a little bit of everything. I could do tarot, I could do astrology, I could do astronomy, I could do sigils, I could do spelling, I could do Reiki, I could do herbal, I can do all these things, and that's cool. But which one of them do you feel so confident in that you could talk about for hours, you could teach for years, you could do these things? Like which one of those do you feel confident in? None of them, because you're not progressing in any one of them. You're just making sure you know just enough to have like a basic one-on-one conversations. Hey Stixie, how you doing, love? And there's nothing wrong with being able to converse about a little bit of everything. Listen, my Mars in Gemini, my Vesta in Gemini too. I'm motivated to be able to have a conversation in every room. But some rooms I gotta be quiet because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And in some rooms, I feel more confident in other rooms. Like some rooms is just like, oh, I only dibbled in this. I didn't dabble enough to be able to sit here and have a conversation with y'all. But I'll sit back and listen and learn. You know what I'm saying? Having the ability to do that is a big deal for an air energy on God. Like work on that because that'll let you know what to prioritize. Like, okay, you're in this room having these conversations with these people. Do you know enough to really dig into that conversation with these people? And if not, do you want to know more? Is this a priority for you? Or is this just something like you just feel like you gotta brag? Like I want to be able to come back to this room and have a better conversation on my end. Like if that's the only focus, then you're not really passionate about this. This ain't really what you want. Go go where you feel more grounded at. You know what I'm saying? Let that Uranus and Taurus life guide you, you know? Mature man. Oh, and it's at an 11. There's an 11 up here. I know my it's not really, yeah, there we go. Mature man, finding that sense of maturity. 11 is mastery. So learning how to master that energy, that'll really make you become like an inspiration to other people. And I think that's what people like overlook a lot sometimes is like me, I love astrology. I've been studying astrology for over 10 something years. I love numerology. Do I know numerology as much as I know astrology? Not really, but numerology is so easy because it's not as many concepts as astrology. So like, it's easier to wrap my mind around it and like, get it like that. But I know astrology. Do I know tarot cards that well? No, not that well. I'd rather do intuitive readings. But I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know well enough to sit here and have like full blown, like, we're pulling out cards and I know everything. Like, I know my cards. My cards know me because some of these cards I had for 10 years. Like, I have a relationship with my cards, but you can't give me a new deck and expect me to like rock out. But it's different, levels, and that's where Uranus comes in with the Taurus priorities. What is your priority? What do you want to be the mostest in? What do you want to be the bestest in? I think for me it is astrology because I really do like astrology. I think that would be like what I'm the most, what I want to be the mostest in. But my Mars in Gemini also wants me to get into herbal studies. I make really good medicines. My Mars in Gemini also wants me to make affirmation music and guided meditations and all these different things. Like that's what my Mars in Gemini wants me to do, a little bit of everything. And I want to get into sigils and I want to call on angels and demons and I want to, get into cosmic medicine and all these different things. Like it's all like one and the same to me, but not really though. Thank you. Thank you for double tapping the screen. All right, so now we're going to move on to my water babies. This one's for you. I appreciate it. Hey, Max. So, water babies, while Earth is in this fixed Earth energy, it is in a water house, though. It is in the house of Pisces. So, when I say water, I'm talking about my Pisceans, my Scorpions, and my Cancers. Those are my 3 water signs. Good night, Max. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Rupali. So, you guys are all about emotions. I know that Uranus being in Taurus has been a very emotional energy for a lot of you guys. Most of you water babies was over here shacking up during quarantine and having babies and getting married. More power to you. I ain't even mad. Like, I guess you're a Libra. I just got done doing air. So, like, while Uranus is in Taurus, you guys in air, y'all learning how to, like, stabilize yourself. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Y'all working on stabilizing yourself and your sense of priorities and things so you guys can make decisions during this Uranus and Taurus 12th house. And a lot of it, again, is coming from the bloodline, that 12th house energy. But yeah, so water is all about intuition. Water is all about emotion. Hey, Manuel. Hey, doing love. And for you guys, like I said, I know y'all was over there. Y'all was the main ones getting married and having children during quarantine and creating families in that space. Because God forbid y'all be in the house by yourselves. I don't. It's all right though. I get it and I respect it heavily. Just couldn't be me. And during this Uranus and Taurus, I'm pretty sure that you guys have been dealing with a lot of ups and downs with the foundation that y'all created when Uranus first entered Taurus, whether it's that baby y'all made, that marriage y'all got into, that girlfriend or boyfriend, and now y'all can't leave each other's house because now inflation and messed everything up so bad y'all can't move out from away from each other. Or just like whatever. I don't know. I just feel a lot of like Zeus TV, VH1 going on with y'all, just being everywhere. Like, I don't know what to do with all these emotions. I just want to be in love. I just want to love. And I get it. You guys are like heavy nurturers. You love to be nurtured and you love to nurture others. And it's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And the thing with the hey Kiki and the thing with the water energy is you guys just have a knack for it. And anybody that's thirsty for water, they could definitely get their thirst quenched with a water sign. And I think that's like the love hate thing with water energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like Scorpius energy, Pisces energy too. I've heard some things about Piscean energy. Cancer, not so much. I hear Cancer energy is like very like, hyper focused on one person, place, thing, situation, or whatever. But when it comes to like Piscean energy, that's like so deep water, Olukun, deep water energy, and that Scorpius energy, both of them like to be so mysterious, that they're like always detached away from like societal norms and stuff like that. Even in their relationships, there's a sense of like detachment or that quote unquote nonchalant type energy or something like that. However, don't get it twisted, all three water signs feel everything very deeply. Hey Esha, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. And so with you guys, it's really just progressive pushes and those emotions. Hey blah blah. Hey Barbara. Where you put your emotions at, who are you giving them to? How are you directing them? Because y'all, as intuitive as y'all can be, I don't know if y'all do this on purpose, but y'all have a tendency to pour onto people who don't deserve it. And then when people come around that do deserve it, y'all automatically be like, nope, nope. I just went through this. You did not just go through this. You made a badass decision back there. You didn't see them. You didn't see all them red lights over there. You didn't see none of that. And then you're gonna see all these green lights and be like, no, nope, nope, because I did this already. It's like water likes to be around wounds. It's like water on like I only like to fill ditches. I'm not really trying to go where like water will be exalted. I want to go where it's dry. I want to go to the desert. Like, and Uranus is like, nah, like we get it. Y'all are nurturers. Y'all provide, this sustenance that everybody needs and everybody is made out of. The majority of all of us are water, you know what I'm saying? And so y'all electromagnetic field has that sense of necessity for everyone. And some of you guys wear that proudly, like Scorpius ruling over the solar plexus chakra loves to be known for giving water, giving life. um Cancer takes pride of it in their nurturing womb energy. I don't think Pisces likes to be a part of that tribe. Just giving the energy of like Neptune and who is it? Olukun. It's just like y'all don't, But all in all that to say, we just want more focus on what it is that y'all value to pour into, because previous decision making skills were not the best. Okay. And again, like I said, a lot of y'all started Uranus and Taurus on some nut shit. Y'all just like immediately started doing, immediately just started pouring, over pouring. And may that be a lesson of, directiveness, not so much as, oh, I'm going to completely retract now because that wasn't what I feel like I deserved, or that wasn't what I feel like I should have gotten. Da, da, da. And it's like, it wasn't. But let's talk about where your mindset was at and where your heart set was at. Like, I feel like you intentionally did some settling shit. I feel like you intentionally, was like, yeah, whatever, we're here and these are the circumstances, so let's just do this. And you rocked with it. You were flowing. And where did your flow lead you? Not where you wanted to be. So let this Uranus and Taurus give you more like damn. When I say damn, like the sticks, like more damn to your waters. Like let it like slow your waters up a little bit to where like y'all just be like flowing anywhere for the moment and not really like thinking things through. Get some level of discernment with the things. You know, maybe y'all need to take some of the air hypothetical energy and put it in yourselves and just be a little just use, you guys are made out of hydrogen and oxygen. Those are two airs. Like just use a little bit of both, to make some decisions. I don't know. Uranus is just in Taurus to slow y'all down. And again, this is coming from the bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? This is the 12th house energy that's being ruled by Taurus right now. So it's like really just paying attention to how y'all feel. Um, be real with yourself about how you started Uranus and Taurus. Remember, again, Uranus entered Taurus in March of 2019, the beginning of quarantine. Okay. Go back to your journals, go back to your Facebook posts, whatever it is you need to revert back to say, like, where the fuck was my mind at when I was over here making these kind of decisions and I was doing these kind of things? Go back to that and pay attention to all the details around that. And instead of walking around now being a fake Scrooge, because we all know you water signs is not good at being Scrooges. Y'all try so hard to be mean. Y'all not good at it. It's so cute though. We love it here. Signed Earth sign. We love it here with y'all. Look at you. Your little crabby claws. Look at the little Scorpius claws. Oh my gosh. We love it here. But like, it's not really mean. You're not really being mean. You're showing that you're hurt. And we know healers get wounded as well. Well, you have to go back to where like that initial flow came from that got you here to this point. Sometimes you have to redirect your waters, create a new irrigation system, because where you're irrigating to is some bullshit. and I think we can all agree that Uranus is still in Taurus for y'all. But yeah, we just want y'all to find more prioritize better where y'all flow towards and what y'all nurture, because y'all do have an energy that everybody desires and everybody needs, but not everybody deserves. Okay. Detachment. See, for those of you guys who are new here, I am the lead singer, and these cards are just my backup singers. They're just gonna say what I say. But detachment, and this is the cannabis card. It says cannabis on there if you can see that. The planets for you guys to follow is your Saturn and your Neptune. We have Saturn and Neptune up here for you guys, creating challenges to your subconscious, your dreams, and your secrets. Learning to detach from the realms. That is good for y'all. But like I said, this is all 12th house. Uranus is coming from Taurus in the 12th house. And Taurus is such a physical planet. Taurus is fixed Earth. It gets no more physical than the fixed Earth of Taurus, right? And when we get into the space of like, what makes you value yourself? What makes you value yourself, water baby? And where did that come from? And what makes you value someone else? What traits make you value someone else so much that you would pour your waters into them, even after you see they're polluting your waters? Like, what makes you continue to pour into them? We want you to really pay attention to those different things, because like I said, everybody needs water. Not everybody deserves water. The irrigation system is important. The deserts stay dry. They only get visitation every now and then. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason for that. It's supposed to be that way. And it's okay. 8 of Wands. Live restricted for some audiences. Comfortable to restricted. Regulated goods context. I didn't even say any goods. Oh, did I say something about drugs? Oh, my card. Oh, I restricted myself. It's not me, it's the card, y'all. So you have 8 of Wands. This is transformation and empowerment in your moves, and that's what we want for y'all. So if you find yourself not flowing where you want to be flowed to, if you don't feel confident and courageous, again, doing that shadow work, going back, like, what makes you feel valuable? What makes you see other people as valuable? Hey, V's. what initiated those thoughts and emotions for you to see that as valuable. These answers matter because these answers are the shadow work that's going to redirect how you flow and what you're flowing into. You know what I'm saying? What you allow to flow back into you. How you doing? Ten of Wands. Knowledge in your cipher. You see my man's trying to keep the tower up, right? Okay. So then again, this is coming back to what I was saying before. Like, all right, y'all will keep pouring into something, even though all signs show like this is not the space to pour. And it's kind of like a sense of like stubbornness, like, oh well, I've been pouring in this for so long, like I gotta keep this going. I gotta save face. I gotta keep showing that I was right all along. I gotta, you know, keep the tower up, keep the tower pretty looking, whatever. Well, we got to go back to like, what puts you in that space to do that? Why do y'all look at certain spaces and be like, oh yeah, this energy, this situation, this over here deserves my waters, when it clearly doesn't? And then to keep pouring into it. So what makes you value yourself in such a way that you feel like you deserve to keep pouring into that's okay? You know what I'm saying? Some towers you gotta just let fall. And it's not like a failure on your end. It's like it it's not though. It's not a failure on your end. It's not that you did something wrong or incorrect or whatever. Like you did what you wanted to do in that moment, in that space and time. That's how you felt. Uranus and Taurus. That's how you felt. That's how you feel. Now be progressive with those feelings though. Don't just say, oh, because this over here didn't work. And since I can't save face, fuck it all. Like that. You don't want to do that either. You know what I'm saying? At the same token, it's like you just gotta learn how to redirect yourself. I hate to see a water sign pouring into a hole in a cup with a hole in it, y'all. Like it bothers me. And y'all be doing it and y'all do it so well. And it's like, don't keep doing that. Don't keep pouring your water. Don't keep your pouring your waters like that. You gotta prioritize yourself first. You gotta value yourself. And may Uranus, go on retrograde and Taurus, show y'all how to value yourselves as y'all repeat these degrees of seeing how other people keep choosing to value your waters. You know what I'm saying? Wherever water may be in your chart. Like, I don't have any water in my chart. I think I just got water in my Scorpio and Pluto. That's the only place I got water at, believe it or not. Um, Everything else is earth, fire, and air for me. Mostly earth. But like wherever water is in your chart, that's where, let Uranus give you that progressive push in those spaces. You know what I'm saying? Like push those spaces over there with that Taurus energy. Because you could play alchemy with it. You could let this planet align wherever you want it to align. It has an aspect to your aspects. You know what I'm saying? Temperance. Are we dealing with temperance? Heart chakra, and we're dealing with Yesod, which is 9, which is when we start dealing with the sacral chakra, the fire in your sacral chakra. So you have two fires here, the fire in your heart and the fire in your sacral. So how you feel, that confidence and courageous energy, that 8 of Wands that we came across, and then what you create, what is brewing in the divine womb. 9 also deals with that Cancer energy, the divine womb, and we move in gratitude for your ability to do that. But temperance, all in all, deals with like, okay, so spirit wants you to do it on a small scale, like daily routine type thing. So this is something that's like a regular thing. It's not like a one time, a big occurrence, like a milestone in your whole timeline. It's not nothing like that. It's not a milestone in your timeline. It's like this is how you look at life on a daily basis. This is how you look at yourself on a daily basis. This is how you look at other people on a regular basis. This is like, your default speed on things. You'll find yourself all day long paying attention, even if it's mentally, even if it's emotionally, even if it's that first card of detachment, which I know my Piscean babies are good for. It's detaching from the physical reality, so it's to stay in the non-physical. But what part of the non-physical reality do you find yourself keep going to? Do you keep going to spaces that make you feel smaller? Do you keep going to spaces that remind you of what you don't have, or or what you value is not what you have, and stuff like that? Like, do you keep doing that? Because that's not good either. You know what I'm saying? So being mindful of your temperance will help you with this joy, because we want you to feel joy. That's the goal. joy in your solar plexus chakra at that. So it's like, a nice balance between the enforcement of your internal law and, not being nasty about it, but actually being kind and happy about it in a good mood. Because nobody likes a bully. Nobody, especially like bullies that are trying to teach people stuff. That's never fun. And nosy old woman on the eights. Nosy old woman on the eights. Who are y'all? Some of y'all got some nosy old women. Some of y'all got some feminine energy that's not doing well for y'all. But that's the water energy too. You know what I'm saying? Put your nose in people's business where it don't belong, and now look at you. You're in somebody else's story that you don't belong in. So again, we're gonna work on our Saturn, which is our planet of challenges, and that planet also rules over our root chakra. That's why I'm saying y'all need to do the shadow work, do the root work. What brought you here? Go back to the beginning of Uranus entering Taurus. What brought you here? Um, so you got Saturn and you got Neptune. Neptune, that 12th house energy, your subconscious, and we want to work on detaching, that sense of detachment. As a sense of detachment is going to bring you to your Eight of Wands, feeling empowered, dealing with your solar plexus chakra, enforcing your celestial law, through your actions, boundaries to my water babies. Again, building that dam, to redirect your flow. You guys need to irrigate your waters different. You have the Ten of Wands here. So bringing this space into completion with your actions, you know what I'm saying? And then knowing when actions are complete. Know when to walk away and let that tower fall. Some of y'all still holding up the tower because y'all still trying to save face on the things that y'all started when March entered. When Uranus entered Taurus. Some of y'all still trying to save face with some of those things that y'all created. Now, in this space and time, take a step back and be like, yo, why am I still trying to save face with these things that clearly not working? They're clearly dragging me. Hey, Danny. Hey, Bae. How you doing? Working on your temperance on this. This is like a daily thing. This isn't like a one big milestone thing. This isn't something. Thank you for the gift. Thank you. Thank you. This isn't something that like popped out the blue and we just. It's just a milestone. I just gotta get over this hump. That it's not just a hump. It's something that you're doing on a regular basis that leads you to this level of self value that you're not getting over. That makes you keep going into these kind of situations. Now, these kind of situations you're going in might be milestones, but they're just a result of what you're doing on a regular basis to yourself, for yourself, with yourself. And ultimately, we want you to feel joy. And again, keep your nose to yourself. All right, so that's my water. So we done went through the earth, we went through the air, we went through the water. Now we're gonna go through the fire. Through the fire. All right, fire babies. I know y'all don't really, be chatting with the Taurus fixed earth energy too hard because that is like a heavy, heavy wood in the middle of y'all fire that keep y'all from spreading all over the place like y'all really be wanting to. Right? And when I speak on my fire, I speak to my Leos, my Sagittarians, and my Aries babies. Okay. So with you guys, seeing this progressive energy, everything don't deserve the fire. Like I know, okay, so we was experiencing Mercury done went back to Leo on the tropical chart. Okay, respect. Throat chakra is on a B. But when August first started, and it was we had a nice Leo lineup. Everybody was on fire, and if you notice, it was mostly air and fire placements that were on fire in the communication realm, in the action realm, doing things. Everything don't deserve y'all fire. Okay. Uranus in Taurus is giving y'all that heavy earth in the middle of y'all fire pit that y'all need to chill the fuck out. Y'all have a tendency to give everything 1,000%. Everything don't deserve 1,000%. My Aries babies, y'all want to be the biggest and the brightest and the baddest and the show enough. Okay, we see you. Show enough. You are the cardinal fire sign. We get it. Y'all are the gut that controls the mind, and everything starts with the thought. We got it. We got it. We got it. Sagittarians, all spotlights got to be on y'all at all points of time. And if it's not, and y'all not getting what y'all want, y'all set everything on fire. Do it really need to be that way? No, it don't. My Leos, y'all is with the dramatics. Every time y'all is with the dramatics. Chill. Life is not a telenovela. We don't gotta do all of that. Everything does not need 100% in the reaction room. We don't have to do that. And may Earth slow y'all down so y'all don't feel that way. And it's not fair to y'all either. Like it's not fair to y'all that y'all give 100% to every little thing y'all do. Again, Reminding y'all what I said about the other elements. Discernment is key here. Only needs about some stuff only needs a candle light. You know what I'm saying? Just give them a little tea light. A little tea light. Give them a little match. Flick a little lighter. Now everything needs a full blown forest fire. We don't need to burn down recreational areas. It's okay. It's okay. And I know that there's a lot of things that, passion is like the number one thing for my son's signs. And I get it. Listen, I'm a Leo rising. I love it here. My Jupiter is in Leo. I definitely love it here. However, it's not everything deserves like that 100% thing. It would be ideal to be able to give everything around you 100%, but that will put a lot of strain on you. That will put a lot of tiresome on you. That's what be having y'all in situations where y'all be signing yourselves up for shit and can't show up for a lot of the shit that y'all sign yourselves up for. That be putting y'all in relationships y'all don't really want to be in. That be putting y'all in jobs y'all don't really want to do, because y'all have big hearts. Y'all have that tippereth. Y'all have that passion. You have the passion and the drive. You want to be 100%. You want to do all these things every time somebody come to you with a problem or this or that. Yeah, not we all, because not everybody want to. Pisces like, bitch, count me out. But like, there's a lot of people that want to do that too. But like, it's not always ideal. It's not always realistic. Okay. Hey, peace, rising God. How you doing, love? It's not always realistic for you to be providing all 100% to every facet, to every hat you wear, to every role you play in. Like, we have to be realistic about your capacity and your capabilities so you can stop, over signing yourself and over draining yourself. Uranus in Taurus is bringing progressive pushes to priorities, right? Putting in numerological order how you value different things, what their worth is to you, and treating that accordingly. Like, all right, I don't know where my mind went here, but it went to a childhood memory. I had a poor sense of prioritizing what stuffed animals I would sleep with. So I'll try to sleep with all of them. So my silly self is on the edge of my bed while all of my stuffed animals are having a great night. And I'm not having a good night because I'm on the edge of my bed so that all my stuffed animals slept. Because I felt an obligation to have a stuffed animal for my grandmom because she passed away, my mother because she don't live with me, my dad because he don't really buy me stuffed animals like that, but he bought me this one. My dad's girlfriend because she be giving me a hard time whenever I don't sleep with nothing that she bought me. My aunt because that's my favorite aunt. Like, I just have all these like reasons to have all of these teddy bears in my bed. You know what I'm saying? But was that a good time for me? No, it wasn't. At the end of the day, they're just teddy bears. Everybody could have had a night. Now you take that analogy and you put that towards whatever it is you find yourself straining yourself with to do, to keep up with, to give all these things 100%, and wonder why you're drained and why you're not getting 100% return from all the things you've given 100% to, because you didn't give 100%. There's no way you can give all these things 100%. You know what you're giving them? You're giving them the last that you have in your cup. You're just pouring yourself out. You just pour, 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 pour. You're just giving fire and flames to everything. You know what's happening? You're always on 100. That's what's happening. You're always on 100 till you no longer have the capacity to be on 100. But you're not giving everything around you 100. You're not giving anything around you 100. And that's why you're not going to get any 100 back. Does that make sense? I felt like I was talking to myself when I said that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to say that. So let's pull some cards for y'all so I can stop talking. All right, my fire babies. Again, this is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Now I'm gonna see y'all out because all my phones are dying. Okay, we have cacao, which is initiation. So you guys are going to pay attention to your Uranus and your Venus placement. We're at a 3-8, so it's expression and transformations on that, which brings you to 11 mastery. I love my numbers. So, hey, treasure, dream. Hey, cuz, how you doing? But yeah, we have cacao, which brings us to, transformations on that heart chakra, transformations on that tippereth, initiation energy. So let's expound on that, on those progressive pushes with our heart chakra. We really want y'all to slow down. And remember, Uranus is coming from the 12th house, y'all. So this is coming from bloodline. This is coming from generational energy, whether it's your personal Akashic records, the different generations that you lived through, the different times that you came back and contributed to the bloodline that you're a part of today, or the different, individuals and beings and spirits and energies that have been contributions to, your bloodline that brought you into this moment, space, and time. Tap into your Akashic records. Like, you're just really pushing all of y'all to want to tap into your Akashic records. We're getting to a point now where it's no longer teacher classroom. You know what I'm saying? Now it's getting to like everybody's teaching themselves and everybody's feeling empowered and want to prioritize self-education. You know what I'm saying? Even that education coming from self, coming from grounding yourself and meditating and tuning in and tapping into your Akashic records and, feeling confident and brave with that knowledge that you're receiving, and not feeling, compelled to come into these platforms and have to prove to people what spirit is telling you to be true. Because I find that so silly. I find it silly when people are like, oh yeah, I read this book this person wrote, and so that makes it true. When I'll tell you, like, spirit told me, and that's not true. But you can read a book and you don't even know that person that wrote the book. You don't know who told them, or maybe they got their work cited in the back of the book, so you go through all their work cited and you don't know who wrote the work cited. It's just like a whole, like, I don't know, that's just my mentality. Anyway, we're going to the King of Wands. Hey, being on top of your game. We love it here because y'all love it here. I love fire energy. I love how passionate y'all are. I love how y'all love to give. I love how excited y'all get about things. It's just y'all gotta be mindful. Sometimes y'all could be a lot. Y'all could be a little overwhelming. And I ain't mad because sometimes I could be a little overwhelming. Thank you for the gift, love. Sometimes I could be a little overwhelming with my Leo rising and I forget, like, oh snaps, they not ready. But like, you know, sometimes it's not always people. Sometimes projects are not ready for you to start off at 100 either. Sometimes you have to start off certain projects slow and steady. Ooh, I did not like saying that out loud. Sometimes you gotta start off projects slow and steady. Shit. And you gotta let them like just flow. You gotta let them flow. Eight of chalices. You got the Eight of Cups here. So now we're flowing into like our confidence and our courageousness, getting into our solar plexus chakra with our emotions and our intuition in the space. Okay, so we on top of it. We're on top of the actions. Okay, and we're coming empowered with the emotions because we want you to be in control of your emotions. I want you to control your emotions. I don't want your emotions controlling you. And when you find yourself arguing, you find yourself like debating and getting, real passionate in your energy exchanges. And again, it's not always with other people. Sometimes it's with situations. And you find yourself shaking your fist in the air and doing all the things. That's you. You put too much into it. Putting too much into it, and now you're letting your emotions control you. It's getting crazy here. We don't like it. Everybody's uncomfortable. Nobody's gonna tell you. Oh, you got temperance too. Okay, so y'all gotta work on this on a daily routine. So this is not just like a one-time, milestone in your life. It's not like, oh, it's just a hump I gotta get over. Oh, it's just this one particular thing. No, this is how y'all been approaching life. This is how y'all been doing this on a regular basis, like daily routine type shit. Like y'all gotta chill. You keep burning yourself out, and then you fight yourself through the burnout too. Temperance deals with I say tipper. Oh, okay, yeah, it deals with tippereth. I was about to say, I know I didn't just forget that word. It deals with tippereth, which is the heart on fire, but it also deals with yesod, which is your solar plexus chakra. That's Sagittarius energy. That's another fire. It's your reproductive system. But your sacral chakra also deals with your joy and your creative self as well. You know what I'm saying? Reproductive. We do love to procreate. But paying attention to what you give life to, paying attention to what brings you joy, what not overdoing that sacral chakra. And that's where a lot of that fire comes from. It's like overdoing the sacral chakra. Rejection, is that what it is, y'all? Is that third eye fear of rejection? Like, I do not want no rejection in my experience. So if I go hard, it's because if I go hard and you reject me, it's because there's something wrong with you and you don't know how to accept my passion, rather than Uh, and it doesn't have to be anything wrong with either one of y'all. It could just be like, that's just my reason. I went hard. I gave 100, and my 100 wasn't good enough. Fuck you. Listen, chill, chill. Hey, Bubba, how you doing? Chill. If you think that you giving somebody or situation 10% to start off to get if you think that you gotta dive in head first to every little thing you do and you can't slowly dip your foot in and see if you like it or whatever, I promise you that's not the situation for you. You know, anything that makes you feel like you can't think before you act, or you can't tap into your intuition and, do the things that you need to do before you act, like those like salesmen that like, you gotta buy it now in this moment, 5 seconds. You only got 5 seconds left to get it for 19.99. I ain't hopping into that, because why are you in such a why are you rushing me like that? Why are you rushing me, to make a decision on that like that? Like, I don't want to do all that. I'm not trying to pull up and give y'all 100% like that. Oh, you got the one complete. Okay. Okay, my fire babies. I always feel joy when I talk about y'all anyway, because y'all be on top. Y'all be on top until we in the air, until we in any type of air. Like when we get in a Libra, shit gonna get different. Like, all right, fire babies, let's chill. Because when we get to the air, y'all be getting so restless. Like Sagittarius is right around the corner. It's gonna be okay, I promise. So again, to my fire babies, we are focusing on Uranus and Venus in your chart. Pay attention to cacao, which is good for your heart. This is the progressive changes in your heart chakra. Heart chakra deals with your priorities, your one-on-one relationships in Libra, priority, sense of self-value, and the different levels of love in Taurus, right? And we want progressive pushes happening in that space for you. Um, you have the King of Wands card, putting you guys on top of your actions. Be reminded that different levels to the actions of things. You don't want to give everything 100%. Having control over your emotions is the key to that. And starts with your temperance. How are you carrying yourself on a daily basis? How are you carrying yourself as a daily routine? Are you coming from a sense of fear of rejection or different experiences of rejection, and you're projecting them into these moments? Like, oh, because back then I didn't feel like I gave my 100% or something like that, and now I'm about to go ham. You don't gotta do all of that. These are different situations. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do all that projecting stuff. Do each situation, energy exchange accordingly. You don't have to, again, be mindful. Everything don't deserve 100. And then that sense of completion at the end of it. And I got like a nice warm feeling with y'all. I just, Uranus is going to show y'all, y'all going to get y'all hand tapped every time y'all get impatient with the flow of things. Every time y'all get impatient with the progress of things. Or, your progress with things. You know what I'm saying? Remember, fire is the light. I know the light controls the gut, but being mindful of that, you know, um, you want to make sure that you are aware that we are in a physical world, and that be aware that we are in a physical world, and that the physical world moves a little bit slower than that fire you got. Okay? And so that's what I got for y'all today, my cosmic nobodies. We have talked about Uranus going in retrograde, and it was a great time. And I enjoy spending the space and time with you guys. So, peace, y'all.